Hi, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. My name is Rebecca, and today's journey is all about strawberry jelly. So I am notorious for letting strawberries go bad in my house. Typically, my daughter is the only one that eats them. I love strawberries. I just don't go out of my way to eat them very often. So I have several stages of strawberries in various stages of health, let's say. So I have these jarred strawberries here, which doing them this way I have found does make them last a very long time. They're on the edge of not being good anymore. Then I have some that I was slacking on and I never even got them to this stage. So they're just here. Then I have, and they're not, these ones are, they're like almost, they're about to turn. Then I have a brand new one. Again, didn't go through the whole process of cleaning them, drying them, putting them in the jar because life just gets in the way sometimes. So I'm just gonna make some jam with them. Did I say jelly earlier? Because I meant to say jam. I'm not sure, but I'm not starting over. So it is what it is. So I have a bowl behind me in the sink of just some water and vinegar that I'm gonna wash the two containers. All told, I probably have almost 2 pounds of strawberries, maybe not quite 2 pounds, but we'll just go with it for today. So I'm just gonna get these washed up so we can start making the jam. A couple of these strawberries have mold on them, are just too far gone. So I'm not gonna use those ones, but I'm just gonna let these sit in this vinegar and water for a little bit and then rinse them off thoroughly before we move on to the next step. So starting with the strawberries that I already had jarred, I'm just going to throw them into a bowl and just going to cut them up a little bit because eventually I'm going to just mash these, but I want to get them into smaller workable pieces. Now with the rest of my berries, I'm just going to hull them, throw the tops of the berries into my compost bin, and quarter the rest of these. And I'll take off any spots that look bad. I don't want to add a ton of sugar to this jam, so I'm only putting 1 cup of white sugar in, mixing them up and letting them just macerate a little bit in the sugar. And then I decided maybe it won't be sweet enough, so I added a healthy, overflowing, heaping spoonful of local honey from the Honey Man. I'm using my immersion blender to just mix up all of my strawberries. If you don't have one, that's completely fine. You can use like a potato masher to mix them up. And really, I'm not even worried about getting all the chunks out. I just want it to be mixed up a little bit. Remember the other day when I was making celery salt and I didn't have a pan that had a strainer in it, or a pot that had a strainer in it, and I was like, Mom, are you listening? I need one of these. Well, it happened to be Mother's Day this past weekend, and of course my mom is the best and she got me one of these pans. So I am making good use of it by adding my strawberries right to this, and I'm just going to put this on a medium to low heat for a little bit, just let it warm up all together and start to bubble. Almost forgot to add my lemon juice, so I am just adding the juice of 1 lemon to my strawberries. Okay, I'm turning off the heat now, and if I hold up the back of my spoon, you can see how it nicely covers and forms little drips. That's how I know it's ready. Have I mentioned I've never made strawberry jam before? I'm just going with what I think is right. It smells amazing. Hopefully it'll taste amazing too. All right, this beautiful jam has been sitting and cooling for a while now. So I'm just going to transfer it over to a container. I don't know how much of this is actually going to fit in there. Maybe all. Not all. But luckily, I have another container right here ready to go. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Alright, moment of truth. I slathered on some of that homemade butter and topped it with some homemade strawberry jam. It smells so good. It's amazing. It's not too sweet. Some people may like it sweeter, but I don't want to add a bunch of sugar to it. So instead of my strawberries just going to waste because I never got around to washing them and storing them properly, I now have 2 very lovely jars of strawberry jam. And I still have that buttermilk that I got from the butter that I made the other day. And I'm thinking like a buttermilk biscuit with some homemade strawberry jam. Sounds really good. Because I am also making bread, but I'm making a savory bread. So that won't work. But guys, this didn't take long at all. If you have strawberries or any sort of fruit that's on the verge of going bad, just whip it up into some jam. It's really easy to do and it's delicious. And I promise your family will thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys really soon. I decided to fill a jar and bring it over to my neighbors because they're the best neighbors ever.